Can you see them? Look, they're here and they're falling fast. Let's give you a sight of that one, and then a sight of another one, if I can just get them into focus. There you go. They're falling fast, and it is falling fast, coming in thick and fast. Wave 2. Corona extra. Not just your first corona, wave 2. Corona extra. And what do you Tories feel? Delight, I expect. Absolute delight. Wonder what they feel like waking up richer. Yeah, I bet you every day Corona here pops off. Another top pops off the Corona Express. I'll bet they wake up richer. Fido, Dido, Lido. What's her payoff going to be? What's the golden handshake? The golden handshake before she leaves. What's that golden handshake going to be? It's certainly not going to be in beer bottle tops, is it? No. I think Fido, Dido, Lido. Yeah. Track and trace. They're on your phone. They're on mine. Think she's going to get a little bit more than bottle tops, don't you? Second wave. Breaking. Already 16 million in lockdown. Tiers 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Yeah. It's not working, is it? Eat out to help out. Help out what? Help out the spread of the second wave? Open the pubs. Tim. Nice but dim. Not of Neverspoons, but of Witherspoons. Well, Tim, nice but dim. Kids back to school, of course. Have to. Vitally important. Because if those kids were not back at school, some of their parents would have to be looking after them. Can't have that. Parents are needed at the workface, getting the country on its feet again, making the billionaires even richer again. Wave 2, inevitable. Couple of things to say, though. Famous one coming back now, of course. Reopening. Unmothballing the Nightingale hospitals. They're being unmothballed. We had a fleet, but it was a fleet at Scapa Flow, and we had to unmothball it so that never in the field of human conflict should we be caught with our pants down. So they're unmothballing them. That's really good, isn't it? Yeah. Now tell me if they can unmothball 20,000 nurses they haven't got anymore. Can they do that? Don't need to unmothball my son because he's already working hard in ICU in Leicester, facing the pandemic and the human cost of the pandemic. Human beings, you know, older people, younger people, doesn't matter. He's already dealing with the human cost of it. And you can't, we don't need to unmothball him, but you can't seem to unmothball any more nurses, can you? So when Nightingale Hospital's open, yeah, it's going to be all those beds beautifully arranged. Kind of, you can't see this, but you can probably hear it. I'm arranging the tops in neat serried rows. There you go. Another one onto a neat serried row. Another one onto a neat serried row. And I have in front of me, I'm just doing that final bit of tidying up. If only I could move the camera down, but I choose not to move the camera. There you go. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 bottle tops. Imagine them as beds in a Nightingale. Problem is, where are the nurses to staff these beds? Problem is, granny, grandad, auntie, uncle, newborn, admission, acute respiratory distress syndrome, maybe both admitted in the same ambulance. Acute respiratory distress syndrome, can't breathe. Imagine what that feels like. Well, many of you probably already know. Yep. Take them to the Nightingale. When they get there, as we know from previous times, did you bring your own nursing team? No. Did you bring your own doctors? No. Sorry, can't admit you. Give you a bed to lay in, but no one to attend to you. No one to, check your IV, change your fluids, change your drips, collect samples from you, even empty your pee bag. Sorry about that. No one to do that. You're going to have to go away. Oh. And don't forget, of course, to get Brexit done, all those European doctors, those horrible Europeans, I never liked the French anyway. And these people that speak strange languages in our shops and look at us and speak all foreign, don't want them. Their smelly food and smelly socialist ideas. Don't want them. Send them back. Britain for the British, I say. Well, how many of those include nurses, doctors, carers, care home staff? They're all going back. But don't worry, surely the stout Brits will fill the job. Are we not still training nurses? Well, yeah, we are, but because of the nursing bursary being ditched, a lot of people can't afford to pay to train as a nurse, or they don't want years of debt behind them when they graduate as a nurse. The pandemic is ideal for the Tories. It could not, in one respect, come, looking at the overall picture, at a better time. It couldn't come at a better time. Forget the red wall seats and the Tory MPs complaining about the fact that they won't U-turn on feeding children in the holidays and over Christmas. Forget it. Those MPs have got to bleat like that because their constituents got them in. Yeah? Well, I imagine they were suitably racist enough and suitably in favour of Brexit. Of course, that's why they got elected. So they've got to bleat a little bit now about thinking it's terrible that they won't feed their kids, who are living below, well below the poverty line. They've got to bleat a bit at the moment, but this is irrelevant, yeah? To the Tories, Brexit is their main aim, obviously, but pandemic-wise, coronavirus, dear old CV rather than CE. That is absolutely pennies from heaven for them, yeah? It's going to kill the sickest, the weakest, the oldest, the most disabled, those who need the most support. Granny with her, maybe Granny's had her leg amputated recently because of an infection in her foot caused by diabetes. Perhaps Grandad's been a 2-pack-a-day smoker all his life, and he's got COPD, but he's old, you know, and he brought it on himself, so wouldn't it be kinder just to let him die? Yeah? What about all those disabled people? Yeah? I mean, the Tories, they don't want to support us if we physically can't work. They don't want to support us. They want to support their billionaire chums, not us. So when we get COVID, suffer from acute respiratory distress syndrome, the sooner we die, the more money they have left to give to their friends, because they don't want to pay our pensions that we've worked in for all these years. They really don't. I mean, they've probably already spent that money on propping up their billionaire chums in some multi-billion-pound tax-avoiding industry where the CEO has gravy dripping from his chin and onto the plate and onto the floor. But that's trickle-down economics, because when it gets onto the floor, it's trickled from, you know, beard to bib to plate to table to floor. That gravy from that top skim layer, then we can be underneath going. We can be getting the bottle tops from their expensive drinks, and when we need nourishment or refreshment, we can lick them. There you go. Oh, how wonderful! Oh, what a delicious taste! I lick the bottle tops that come down from the rich. Trickle down economics. We know it works. Yeah. Listen, the last video I posted was satire. I think at least one person I can see in the comments, it kind of upset them, but I think your name is, I won't give you your full screen name from YouTube, your Cabbage. Sorry, Cabbage. I meant the exact opposite of what you said you read in it. I meant the exact opposite. Believe me, Cabbage, I did. I'm so sorry you didn't read it that way. It was satire. It's not satire now. It's serious. Who knows? Once I get the COVID, for me, it would pretty certainly be curtains. Haven't seen my sons in ages. One's still studying, and the other one, as I say, is working in Leicester. I haven't seen them. I've spoken to them a little bit on the phone, but I haven't seen them. So any of you out there get in that position and you're getting COVID and you're thinking you might have to die without seeing them, I think of you. Take care, folks. Yeah. Second round. And as with anything bad that happens, the Tories will use Corona round 2 to their advantage. And it is already making them richer. Bye.